What's going on, guys? This is another episode here of Nolan's Pod. Um, Obviously, this is the dog days of summer, and nothing's really happening. Baseball going on, dog days of that too. No basketball. Football's being played. It's preseason. Nothing's really going on, and I had always planned to take a break for a week in advance, but I thought I was going to do that this week, but instead I was forced to do it last week because I got sick. So that's why I was not on last week. I got sick and was not able to do anything. But as I told you guys, I had been planning on taking a week off. I just didn't plan on it last week, but better now and we're back. So let's get right to it. Obviously, before last week, I had told you guys that I was going to give you the teams who I thought were going to do something for the NFL season. We're going to go in order in each division of who I think is going to finish from first to fourth in the AFC and the NFC. So let's get right into it. In the the AFC East, you have the Jets, the Dolphins, the Bills, the Patriots. That's who you got in the AFC East. Who I think is going to finish 1 through 4. I got the Jets finishing first. I have Miami, the Dolphins finishing second. I have the Bills finishing third. I have the Patriots finishing fourth. Okay, we can start from the Patriots, who finished fourth. The Patriots are in rebuild mode. They're not the Patriots of old. They're not of the same Patriots. We don't even really have to talk about them. They have a good quarterback in Drake May. I will tell you they need to start Drake May over Jacoby Brissett because y'all have nothing to lose anyway. Jacoby Brissett, we all know he's just okay. He's not y'all future. Drake May's y'all future. That kid has the talent. He has the arm talent. And one thing that I seen when I was watching the game last night, that kid, he can run. He can run that ball, and he can rush if he needs to. I would advise him, like many other people would probably say, he does need to learn how to slide and not take the tackle, because if you play against those starters and you run, those starters will wipe you out. So Drake May, you need to slide, instead of getting tackled. Because like I said, Drake May is the future. They don't need him getting hurt. They don't have anything to lose. I would start him week 1 because y'all don't have anything to lose. And Jacoby Brissett is not what you're looking for right now. And plus, the Patriots are in rebuild mode. So y'all really don't have anything to lose. Number 3, I would say the Buffalo Bills, because the Bills don't have Stephon Diggs. They don't have Gabe Davis. They don't have some of the pieces they once did. Yes, Keon Coleman, wide receiver, is a good piece to build around, but I just don't think that they're going to have enough to be able to finish first or even second in the AFC East. They still going to have a good defense, but I just don't think offensively they have enough. Number 2, I have the Miami Dolphins finishing at 2. You got Mike McDaniel as the head coach. You got Tua. You have OBJ. You have Tyreek Hill. You have weapons on that ball club to where y'all should be able to get it done. You know what I'm saying? You have a solid, okay defense. We got to be careful on saying solid, okay defense with the Miami Dolphins. The one thing that I worry about the Dolphins is, obviously, we already know that Miami's in hot weather. Every time the Dolphins go and play in the cold weather state, they freeze up. No pun intended. They freeze up. They don't know how to play in cold weather. So when it gets to November, December, January, you go to the playoffs, y'all got to learn how to play in cold weather. That's one of the huge reasons why biggest reason I should say I had them at 2. The AFC East is the Jets. It's make or break for the Jets. Aaron Rodgers got hurt the 4 plays in the last year. He got hurt. It's make or break for them. Either y'all going to be good, y'all going to exceed the expectations, or y'all going to be bad, and we're going to be talking about Aaron Rodgers. That was the worst trade in history that had been done in recent memory. Y'all have a good defense. Y'all have a good offense. Y'all don't need any more than that. Y'all don't need Aaron Rodgers to play at the MVP level he once did. All Aaron Rodgers has to do is just go in there and be okay. Just be okay. You don't have to be great. You don't have to play at the MVP level. Just be okay. Just play okay. You got the offense made for you. Daniel Hackett's the offensive coordinator. You got the defense made for you. Robert Salah is running that. You got it made for you. Y'all gonna exceed expectations and make the playoffs for the first time since 2010. That was when I was in the second grade. Or y'all gonna fall flat on y'all face. But y'all should be finishing first because that's where I have them at. The AFC South, you can go either way with this one, but I have the Tennessee Titans finishing fourth. I'm not saying that the Titans are going to be bad, but they're not going to be up there with the Houston Texans, the Jaguars, or the Colts. I'm just going to put it like that. I think Will Levis is going to be the starting quarterback. I'm not for sure, but I think that's what it is. Malik Willis is going to be backup, and they have DeAndre Hopkins and Calvin Ridley on the team, so let's not overlook that. But I just don't think that in this AFC South they're going to finish no further than 4. The Colts at number 3, Shane Steichen, the head coach. Anthony Richardson's coming back to play quarterback. You got Michael Pittman. You have Jonathan Taylor running the ball, and you have a solid defense. The Colts are going to be a team that they're gonna be like, this team's good. Well, they showed it last year until Anthony Richardson got hurt. Anthony Richardson, you need to go down. Don't take no tackles. You can run the ball, but you need to be sliding. We don't need you getting hurt again. We don't need that. He has the talent. We know that. We've seen some of it last year. We've seen it in the preseason. He has the talent. He still needs the reps because he missed so much time last year. But he has the talent to be able to get it done. And I think that he's going to be high on a lot of people's radars this year. He's going to be a good quarterback. We've seen that last year. I just don't think that they're going to be able to withstand the Jacksonville Jaguars, who I got at number 2. Trevor Lawrence is coming back. Doug Peterson, the head coach. They lost Calvin Ridley, but they got Gabe Davis. They have Christian Kirk. They have weapons. Didn't they get out to like an 8-3 start last year, and then they fell flat on their face last year and just missed the playoffs as a whole? So that was concerning, but I think that Doug Peterson is going to get this team to where they need to go. And I think that Trevor Lawrence is going to have a good season. I mean, he had a good season last year, so I would expect him to have another good season. But they can't mess with number 1, the Houston Texans. The Texans have it made for them. C.J. Stroud's the quarterback. You bring in Stephon Diggs, You have playmakers on the offensive end all over the offense. You have playmakers. One thing that I worry about is if C.J. Stroud's going to hit that he's going to have that sophomore campaign where he has that sophomore slump. That's one thing I worry about. I don't think he is because he has the weapons on offense. He has the defense. D'Amico Ryans is running that defense. They should finish first in the AFC South. They're going to be forced to be reckoned with. And it's arguable that they're the best team in Texas. AFC West. The Raiders are in rebuild mode. Number three, the Chargers. They're in rebuild mode. Number 2, Denver. Bo Nix is going to be really good. Sean Payton named him the starting quarterback. He deserved that. He had a hell of a preseason. He has the arm talent. He has it. Just put the ball where it needs to be, and he's going to do that. He did it in preseason. He went against Bagos, but he did it in preseason. Just put the ball where it needs to be put. Zach Wilson's going to be the backup quarterback. Same thing with him. He just put the ball where it needed to be put. Sean Payton simplified the offense for both those guys, and they thrived in the preseason. So, they're trying to kind of build it out like it's a Drew Brees type thing, which is, you can't compare those guys to Drew Brees. But That's what Sean Payton's building, and he simplified the offense. All they need to do is just put the ball, Bo Nix, where it needs to be. He did that in the preseason. They're going to have an okay defense, but they're not going to be able to withstand number one in the AFC West, the two-time Super Bowl champions back-to-back years, the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is back again. Travis Kelce's back again. Andy Reid's back again. Chris Jones is back again. All of them running it back. I think they will three-peat, and they will certainly finish first in the AFC West. It's not much to talk about with Kansas City because we already know what they're about, and we already know that they're going to be playing probably in the AFC Championship game again. In the AFC North, I went back and forth with 1 and 2 with Baltimore and the Cincinnati Bengals. I think that I picked Baltimore 1 because I don't know the situation with the Bengals and Jamar Chase. He's probably going to more than likely get signed, but I just think that Baltimore, they have a great offense, they have a great defense. And Baltimore is Baltimore, man. You know what I'm saying? Lamar Jackson won another MVP last year. He's going to take another step forward this year. Obviously, they don't have Mike McDonald on defense as he went to go coach the Seattle Seahawks, but I just think that they have it. They have it. And I think they have enough to finish first. But with the Bengals finishing at 2, like I said, the Jamar Chase thing, T. Higgins was crying earlier this summer about a contract too. Obviously, they franchise tagged him. You still have Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, let me tell you something about Joe Burrow. He's going to come back with revenge on his mind to mess a lot of people up this year. Make no question about that. They got a great defense. And that guy, Joe Burrow, he's coming back. And if they get the Jamar Chase thing situated, they got the T. Higgins still. You know what I'm saying? They going to be a force to be reckoned with. I just, like I said, I just went back and forth from 1 and 2. It can go either way. Baltimore can finish first. They can finish second. The Bengals can finish first or second. It's going to go either way. Number 3, number 4, the Cleveland Browns. Number 3, number 4 is Pittsburgh Steelers. Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers are the same. Both teams have a great defense. Myles Garrett on one end with Browns. On the other end, T.J. Watt with Pittsburgh. Great defenses. It's going to come down to whether Deshaun Watson's going to be able to kind of give us the Deshaun Watson old. And for Pittsburgh, it's going to be Russell Wilson or Justin Fields. What are they going to do? Are they going to show up? What they going to do? It's quarterback play with both of those teams. Defense is great for both of those teams. It's quarterback play. Transitioning into the NFC. The NFC East, the Philadelphia Eagles 1, Dallas Cowboys 2, Washington's in rebuild mode with Jaden Daniels, but he's going to be great. He's going to be good. Jaden Daniels, make no question about it. He's the starting quarterback for the Washington Commanders. He can run. He can throw. He has the arm talent. He doesn't try to do too much. He hasn't. And I think that Washington's going to be better than what a lot of people are giving them credit for. Obviously, Dan Quinn's going to be coaching them. He's going to coach up their defense, so they should have a good defense. Obviously, they traded Jahan Dotson for some picks. Number 4, the Giants are in rebuild mode. Daniel Jones is back with Brian Daboll as the coach. They have Malik Neighbors, who they drafted at wide receiver. Not expecting much from them. They're in rebuild mode, as I mentioned. Not much to talk about with them. They finished 4. Washington finishes 3. The Dallas Cowboys are going to finish 2. The CeeDee Lamb situation, contract situation with Dak Prescott. And then Deron Bland, cornerback, just got hurt. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. So it's a lot of concern in Dallas about CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, Deron Bland just got hurt. Jerry Jones being the hot shot and big shot that he is, acting like he doesn't want to pay people. So they have problems. So they haven't even started officially playing a football game yet in the regular season. And the Dallas Cowboys already find a way to have problems off the field. Or I should say on the football field. They haven't even played a regular season game yet. That's what I'm talking about. Distractions already. And y'all haven't even played a regular season game yet. But we all always so high and mighty on the Cowboys. For what reason? when they got all this stuff going on. Number one, the Philadelphia Eagles. Y'all got it made for y'all. Jalen Hurts, you should have a bounce back season. You just got traded. You just traded for Jahan Dotson. You got AJ Brown. You got Devontae Smith. You got don't they have Dallas Goedert? You know, the defense. Hopefully they improve from what they was last year. The defense can't get any worse than what they were last year. Vic Fangio is the defensive coordinator. Offensive coordinator is going to be Kellen Moore. We know what Kellen Moore is capable of doing. We know what Kellen Moore, offensive coordinator, is capable of doing. We've seen what he did in Dallas. He had an unfair advantage with the Chargers last year because the Chargers are always crap. But we know what Kellen Moore is capable of doing. Jalen Hurts, you have it made for you. You have the weapons. You don't have to play out your mind. And keep in mind, you got Saquon Barkley as your running back too. Philadelphia, y'all had it made. Y'all got it made for y'all. There's no reason for the Eagles not to finish number one in the NFC East. Y'all got it made. NFC North. Number 4, I have Minnesota. Obviously, J.J. McCarthy went down with a torn meniscus. He's out for the year. Sam Darnold's your starting wide receiver. You got Justin Jefferson, obviously. You got the other kid, Jordan Addison. You know, I'm not high on the Minnesota Vikings defense. Brian Flores is running that. I'm not high on their defense. They had a bad defense last year, so I'm not high on it this year. That's why I have them finishing 4th. At number 3 will be the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams impressed. The number 1 pick quarterback. He impressed in the preseason. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it. I think that he could, even though I have him finishing 3, I think that the kid can lead it to the playoffs. I really do. Some of the things that he do is like Patrick Mahomes. Not comparing him to Patrick Mahomes by any stretch of the imagination when the kid has not played a regular season game yet. And Patrick Mahomes is a 3-time Super Bowl champion. But some of the things that he does is very much so like Patrick Mahomes. I think he has the weapons. He has the weapons on the offensive end. He has Romo Dunze. He has DJ Moore. He has Keenan Allen. He has Cole Kmet. He has DeAndre Swift as his running back. He has it. He has it. He has it. Matt Eberflus better get it done with these guys this year because if it wasn't for the stretch that they went on at the end of last year, Matt Eberflus is fired. He was almost literally fired. So if they get off to any kind of slow start this year, even though they have a rookie quarterback, Matt Eberflus is out of there if they get off to a slow start this year. I'm just telling you what I know. I don't even know. I'm not even going to say I know. I'm just saying, if they get off to a slow start, Matt Eberflus is fired. At number 2, the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love's going to keep on getting better and better and better. Last year, we didn't even really expect for them to make the playoffs, let alone go to Dallas in the playoff game and blow Dallas out 48-32. What? They going to finish number 2 in the NFC North. Jordan Love has it. He has it. He has it. They might not have a star receiver, but they have the talent to get it done. The defense is going to be what the defense is going to be. They're going to be good. Jordan Love's going to keep getting better and better. Number 1 in the NFC North, the Detroit Lions, who probably should have went to the Super Bowl, not blowing the NFC Championship game. You know what they got. They got the 2 running backs, Jamar Gibbs, David Montgomery. They got Amon-Ra St. Brown. They got Jameson Williams. They got T.J. Hockenson, Jared Goff, the quarterback. You know, the fired-up head coach Dan Campbell. They going to finish 1. They going to pick right up from where they left off last season. In the NFC West, finishing 4th is Arizona. They in rebuild mode with Kyler Murray. They drafted Marvin Harrison Jr., who's going to be a stud at wide receiver. Number 3, the Rams. Aaron Donald retired. Matthew Stafford still the quarterback. You got Puka Nacua. You got Cooper Kupp. So you got playmakers. I just don't think that defense is going to be the same without having Aaron Donald. Number 2, the Seattle Seahawks. Mike McDonald's the head coach, so I think that defense is going to fly high out there in Seattle because you got Mike McDonald, who's the former defensive coordinator of the Baltimore Ravens. Geno Smith is the quarterback. They obviously have the weapons to go out there and get it done, but I don't think that they're going to be able to challenge the San Francisco 49ers, who have it. The San Francisco 49ers have Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy's the quarterback, Debo Samuel, George Kittle. Obviously, we're still waiting on the Brandon Ayuk situation and whether he's going to stay or leave. It's 10 days till the season. Get that figured out. But I still think they're going to be number 1, even with or without Brandon Ayuk. Kyle Shanahan's your coach. You know, offensive genius, offensive wizard. They're going to be fine. They're going to make the playoffs, of course. They're going to challenge for a Super Bowl like they do every year. In the NFC South, number 4, the Panthers, they're rebuilding with Bryce Young. Number 3, the New Orleans Saints, they have Derek Carr. He's always been mediocre. The Saints have always been mediocre for like the past 2 or 3 years now. And that's what I think about them. Number 2, the Buccaneers. I meant the Succaneers. They have Baker Mayfield, who y'all know I'm not very fond of him at all. Rightfully so, for many reasons I don't like Baker. Mike Evans is still there. You know. They have a good defense. I just don't think that the Succaneers are going to be able to challenge the Falcons, who have it all, finishing at number 1 in the NFC South. That's concluding what I have for you guys today. The Falcons are going to finish number 1 in the NFC South, not because I'm a fan. It's because they have Kirk Cousins, bearing that he's healthy. If not, they have Michael Penix Jr. They have Drake London. They got Kyle Pitts. They got Ray McLeod. The Falcons have weapons this year. They got Bijan Robinson. They got Tyler Algier. And then they just got, on the defense, they just got Matthew Judon in a trade. They signed Justin Simmons, the safety. They got Matthew Judon, the linebacker. We got A.J. Terrell at cornerback. You know, we have one of the best secondaries in the league. We have a new head coach in Raheem Morris. We're going to be forced to be reckoned with. We've added more pieces this season than it's like we have in the past few seasons. Like, we're a good team. We're a playoff caliber team. We really are. We've had a good team for the past two years. We just didn't have a good quarterback. We had that in Kirk Cousins. Just have some faith. We have that in Penix if he needs to get in and play. Tomorrow or either Wednesday, we're going to go into quarterback play. We're going to go into quarterback play with these teams and their guys. But I just wanted to give you guys an update on who I think is going to finish from worst to first in their respective divisions. But that's all I have for you guys today. I'm going to be back either tomorrow or Wednesday on the quarterback play of each team. But that's it. Glad to be back. Better than ever. Feeling better. And that's all we got.